Susie Bylund with the Audubon Wheeler girls golf team joining us up here today in Marshalltown at the American Legion Golf Course after day number 1 of the Class 1A State Golf Championships. And Susie, it sounded like you got off to a pretty good start here this morning.
Yeah, I started off on hole number 11 and I was parring everything, and I even had a birdie in there, and then I bogeyed the next one. So after like 7 holes I was even, so I was like, this is a great round, and then I just kind of lost all my momentum, and after double bogeying a hole, so that kind of got me down.
What worked well for you to start the morning though, those first 7 holes where you were sitting at par?
My drives, and I was just on in greens regulation, so I was 2-putting, so it was good.
Were you happy with the way the putter was working at that point? Were you setting yourself up for easy putts?
Yeah, at that point I was, and then later on, not so much.
Talk about that hole where you had the 7, the double bogey that kind of turned you around a little bit today.
Yeah, it's a par 5, so I had to take my 7-iron and just like hit it out there because it's a dog leg and there's a huge tree. So the second shot, of course, I can't use my wood, so I always use irons, and my 5-iron went clear over in the tree. So I had to use an escape shot, and I got out, and then I chunked a chip, and then I was finally on, and I barely missed my bogey safe putt, but I got a double bogey, so it was sitting right on the lip. I couldn't get that lucky.
Couldn't shake the ground to get it to fall in, huh?
It was my luck for the day.
How did you answer that? How did the rest of that, the back 9 go for you?
I had a par the next hole, and then a bogey, and then we finished 10 just now, so I bogeyed that one too. So I had a 40, and I wasn't really happy with that.
83 for you today. I know you were kind of gunning for the 70s the way it sounded. What did you take away from today's action?
Tomorrow's a new day, and just be positive about it. There's nothing you can do about it now, so just take that 83 and make it in the 70s tomorrow.
Now, I know that you played this course, I think, the day before or sometime over the weekend to try and get yourself ready for the tournament. What was different with the course today than maybe what you had saw?
The wind. It was very windy today, but that's not an excuse for how bad it is.
Playing with a really good group today as well. How much did that affect you? Because you mentioned to me earlier that you're kind of used to playing in front. You started that way, and then kind of that 7, all of a sudden you were kind of like, uh-oh, we're all kind of in that same spot.
Yeah.
Did that really kind of mentally get you today?
Yeah, it did. We're probably the top 4 in the state, so I knew there was going to be good competition, and starting off I was leading the pack, which I'm kind of used to over in our side of the state, and so I just kind of build off of that when I'm ahead, and then I took that double bogey, and that just kind of brought me down, and then I missed like a 1-foot putt, and so mentally that just kind of brings me down when the other girls are catching me, and then it only gets me lower.
I noticed on that last hole today too, most of the other girls went with either a wood or an iron off the tee box. You were still being aggressive using the driver. Was that kind of the theme of the day?
Yeah, I'm one to take chances, and I just like to be aggressive. I don't usually play timid, and like on my escape shots I'll try and go for the green, and it doesn't always work out, but I like to be the aggressive person.
Will you use that same mentality, I imagine, again tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is Phil Mickelson your favorite golfer then? Because that's kind of his strategy too.
Yeah, he's good at that. He's like wraps it around a tree. He's impressive.
Well, I tell you what, Suze, we wish you the best of luck coming up tomorrow, and thanks very much for joining us here today.